Connect this seamless long needle loop. First, loosen it a little bit. Pull it up a little bit like this. Then the hook. Turn the hook around from front to back. Hook the needle and hook it out. After hooking it, there are 2 loops on the needle. Then wind the thread. Hook through both loops at once. Hook it out. After hooking it out, and make a slip stitch. This is the seamless standing long stitch. After hooking, use a safety pin to mark the stitch of the slip stitch. After hooking, we hook the stitch before the space from the next stitch. To hook the medium long needle in the next stitch, hook the needle, leave a space, and enter the needle, the medium long needle of jujube. Hook it out once. Okay, hook the needle and continue to stitch and hook it out. This is the second time winding, and enter again. This is the third time winding to hooking out. There are 7 loops in total. Hook the needle and hook all 7 loops at once. This is the sweeping needle of the long stitch. Then hook to chain stitches, and then hook another, hook the needle, continue to insert the hook into this stitch. And hook it 3 times. Second, 5 stitches. And the third time wind and hook all the loops at once. This set of flower pattern is completed after crocheting and make 2 chains. First and second stitches, chain stitches. After hooking, then we hook normally in the middle of this side, a long stitch, 1 slip stitch with a space and a slip stitch. After previous group, after hooking here, then leave the next stitch empty, insert the hook into the second stitch. Hook the needle, a space stitch, and hook a long stitch from the next one, a long stitch, and then a slip stitch. This is a set, a total of 10 times. Leave a space, long stitch, and a slip stitch, then leave a space and hook the next stitch. Then wind the thread, hook a long stitch from the next stitch, and a slip stitch. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 90 stitches in total. This is 10th time. The last set, after hooking this long stitch, don't hook a slip stitch. Directly skip a stitch from the next stitch and hook the medium long needle-shaped needle. Yarn over and leave a space from the next stitch here to hook the medium long needle 3 times. After hooking 3 times, and hook all the loops on the needle at once, then hook to lock stitches, then hook another set. And wrap the thread and hook them all at once. After hooking, hook 2 chain stitches. In the front, we have 1 on each side, the jujube-shaped needle pattern. After the jujube-shaped needle pattern is done, 1 stitch below the 2 chain stitches, insert the hook through this stitch and hook a long stitch and a lock stitch. Then from the second stitch here and enter the needle next to it and a slip stitch. Then a long stitch. This is a set at the corner. Just hook 1 and leave 1 empty. Here, hook a long stitch and a slip stitch. A long stitch and a lock stitch form a group. Here, the 2 long stitches are next to each other, with no space in between. This is a set after crocheting and a slip stitch above, and leave a space below. And hook a long stitch and a lock stitch in the next hole. Then hook a long stitch and a lock stitch. This is the second set. Like this, we will crochet a total of 6 groups in the corner. After the second group, leave a then hook a long stitch and a lock stitch in the next stitch, and then hook a long stitch and a lock stitch. Here is the third set. The fourth set. Fifth group. The sixth group. This group, 2, 3, 4th group, 5th group. The 6th group is finished. After crocheting the 6th set, leave a stitch empty, and then from this stitch to crochet the jujube-shaped needle pattern. After crocheting long without a slip stitch, directly crochet the jujube stitch, just like the previous one, 3 times. Then wind the thread and hook all the loops at once. 2 lock stitches, and then hook another. Finish crocheting, wind the thread through all loops. The second group is a medium long needle jujube needle. After crocheting, you need to hook to lock stitches, then leave a space for 1 stitch, then a long stitch, a slip stitch, a slip stitch, a long stitch, a slip stitch, a space stitch. Repeat the process 10 times. Then hook to this end after 10 times of crocheting. The last long stitch is completed. Then leave a space and crochet the jujube stitch. 2 chain stitches, then hook it again. The second crochet is done to chain stitches. Then the corner here is the same as this end. Also 6 groups. Leave a stitch empty. First, hook a long stitch, a slip stitch, and then a long stitch and a slip stitch. This is a total of 6 groups. Leave a space and hook the second group with a space and hook the third. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After hooking the first 5, there are 2 stitches left here and leave a space. Then hook a long stitch here. After hooking a long stitch, a slip stitch. Then go to the previous one, seamless long. This is a stitch here. If you add this stitch to this stitch, are 2 long stitches next to each other. This is the 6th group. Then remove it from the marker, insert the needle here and hook out the yarn and hook directly through the loop. This round is completed with crochet. This is the first round of the pattern. It was bypassed from here. It comes around. It's just 2 coils. Winding hook out, hook a lock needle after hook out. Use glue buckle here to buckle it up. Then come and hook this pattern of a jujube needle. When we were hooking, this set is made from 2 lock pins. It's hooked in this hole. Winding 3 times like the previous hook method. 1 time hook out. Then the 2 lock pins are hooked again. Winding, hook out to lock pins. Then the middle is normally hooked to this group of patterns. After crocheting the 2 lock stitches, then crochet and wind the thread. The needle is inserted from the top of this long needle column. When we crochet into the needle here, you can go from here. Here go to the middle of the 2 wires to insert the needle. This is a long hook encryption needle. Then a lock pin, crochet the thread again from the next long stitch. No, take the hook from the lower space of this V shape. It goes into the needle from the middle of the 2 threads here. The long needle hooked like this. It corresponds to the correct one, which is relatively straight. A lock pin, then correspond to a long needle. Check the middle paragraph to complete. Encrypted long needle, the crocheted bag will be more 3-dimensional. And here is the last of this long crochet done. Hook from these to lock pin spaces, this pattern of jujube needles. To lock pins, another set of hooks. To locking pins. And here we are, crocheted. Then go to this corner here. We have hooks and needles here. Then the 4 long needles here in the front are normally unhooked. A long needle. 1 lock needle, then the corresponding second long needle. 1 lock. Needle corresponds to the 3rd long needle. 1 lock needle, 4th long needle. A lock needle here for long needles, crocheted. Hook a needle from this space. Hook a long needle. This is the first needle added. Then this circle we are going to add 3 stitches. The first stitch added here. A long needle is hooked, and then a lock needle. And you take the 2 long needles here and you hook them on top of the 2 long needles. So here's the first long needle. Hook a lock pin. Then the second stitch hooks a long needle. 1 lock needle, 2 long needles here after the hook is done. From this space, add another needle to the space of the lock needle. Here is the second stitch added. Then a lock pin. There are 2 long needles in the front and the hook is normally removed. 2 long needles and 1 lock needle. So this is crocheted. Then add a 3rd time from this space. Here is the 3rd needle addition. Then around the corner. Let's take a look again when we add needles here. Front hook 4 for stitches, for long needles, and then add from this space. The first hook 2 stitches, the second hook 2 stitches, and add the 3rd time. Just add a needle to this corner and it's done. There are still 4 stitches left here. Normal hook removal. A lock pin. A long needle. Then 1 lock needle and 1 long needle correspond. The last long stitch crochet is done to the pattern here. Then come to the hook jujube needle. to lock pins, another group. Pattern crochet complete with to lock stitches, then a long needle corresponding to the middle. A long needle is hooked on the top and a lock needle space in the middle. No, when the long needle in front of each group of patterns. No hook and lock needle, just a long needle hook, and then come to the crochet type. To locking pins and then go to this corner here. It's the same from this side, the same plus 3. The 2 long stitches in front. There are 4 stitches. Hook normally. Finish the first 4 stitches. From the space of this lock stitch to crochet, the first increase, a long stitch, a slip stitch, and make a group of 2 long stitches. Hook normally. A slip stitch, then the second increase, and from the space of this lock stitch. This group is hooked normally. You added twice before, and then the third time, add the third stitch from the empty stitch. After the third increase, a slip stitch, and leave 1. Here are 3 stitches, plus the previous seamless long stitch. This stitch, there are 4 stitches. Then crochet the remaining 3 stitches. One slip stitch, and then to the previous seamless long needle. Insert the hook into the stitch of the slip stitch, and hook out to pull and connect them. The second round is completed. The stitches added on both sides. You must pay attention to where to add stitches. Then continue to crochet the third round. Hook normally from the 3rd to the 11th round. In the pattern, we hook this medium long needle-shaped needle from the space between 2 chain stitches. Then hook the long stitches corresponding to them with a single crochet in between. There are no stitches added at the corner. Hook 1 by 1. 1 long stitch and 1 slip stitch as before. Hook the first. We all hook this seamless standing long stitch. Notice to wind the thread around. Turn it like this, then wind the thread around. Hook through 2 loops and a slip stitch. If you're a beginner, be sure to use a marker to mark the first stitch. Then continue to hook this pattern. Finish the slip stitches for the flower, then crochet this long stitch. When crocheting, you should start from the middle of the 2 threads, which is an encrypted long stitch. And long stitches are the same. Crochet normally from the side. 1 long stitch and a slip stitch. Finish crocheting this side correspondingly and hook to the end of this side to this end. Continue to crochet down every round. No need to add. Just follow the pattern of the 3rd round to crochet and continue to hook. When the 11th round is finished, then we'll look at the 12th round. There are decreases in the 12th round. When counting this pattern, this is a row. This is the first, the second, the third, until you finish the 11th row. Finish the 11th row. After using up this ball of thread, then let's see how to connect the thread. The end of the thread and leave a slightly longer end. Take out the next ball of yarn. Find this end of thread and leave a section of thread to stick on the back. When we are crocheting long stitches and then connect it, hook the thread, hook the needle first. After hooking it out, here stick the new end of the thread on the back side. Continue crocheting. the connection is done, then the two ends of the thread inside can be tied to each other once. The fourth long stitch is completed. Pull up directly from the third lock stitch needle. Connect them together. After connecting them, 4 stitches. Then turn it over and organize it to the other side. We finished crocheting the front decrease part. There are 9 stitches left. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 stitches in total. We'll crochet decrease stitches, a total of 4 rows. Then I'll teach you to count them. Here is the first row, the second row, the third row, and the fourth row. Then start crocheting without increasing or decreasing from the fifth row. From the 5th to the 12th row, a total of 8 rows. Is to crochet without increasing or decreasing. 1 long stitch, a slip stitch. 4 chain stitches are completed. Then repeat crocheting long stitches and SL street. There are only 9 stitches left. Finish the last long stitch. Directly enter the 3rd stitch of this lock stitch. Yarn over. After pulling out 4 stitches, to crochet the next round, knit 8 rows without increasing or decreasing. 2 rounds have been completed. Finish the remaining 6 rounds of crocheting. When counting, there are 2 stitches below here. This is the last row of decrease. Then count from here up to here. First row, second row, a total of 8 rows. The part of the handle that doesn't increase or decrease. And it's done after crocheting 8 rows. After crocheting the last long stitch, then come to the 3rd lock stitch to pull through. And hook it out and directly hook through the loop. Cut the thread a little. When we are cutting the thread here, if you crochet the first side, the end of the handle part is left shorter. When we crochet the remaining side, we should leave the end of the thread a little longer. Finally, for both, we need to sew the 2 sides together. Remember to leave the first end of the thread shorter, and the other end of thread must be longer. Don't cut them all the same. The same goes for the remaining side. Follow the previous pattern to crochet. The length of the hook is the same after hooking. Let's see how to sew it together. When we are crocheting here, turn it over like this. From the middle of this flower, the middle of the locking stitch hole, to hook it like this. It's the same as the previous one. Both sides are done. And see how to sew it together. Both sides are done, and then we'll see how to. So finish crochet. The end of this thread is longer, so be sure to leave a longer one. Use the stretched thread. Use a large needle to pass it through. Then sew the 2 sides together. The 2 ends are close together. Then align them. And sew them one by one. Align them first. Align them properly. Then sew it again. Sew from the inside to the outside. This short thread end can be placed on top of this pin and press the thread end into it when sewing. V-shaped line. Align it with a V-shaped. After sewing both, thread the needle from the bottom too, sew it several times and press the thread inside. So the bag is fixed firmly.
See how to sew this button on it.
Okay. Now, so on this button, when we fix this horn buckle here,
It is just fixed at this position of this reducing needle.
cut a piece of thread into the pin.
Hide the thread here on the back first.
Press one end of thread into it first. Take out the button after pressing the thread. Let's put it through this hole like this. Fix it twice. Sew it twice like this to hold it in place. After fixing, then this part of the thread. Hold it down from the inside of the coil. Thread to press it harder to prevent this button from coming off. One more paragraph. After this button on the front is sewn, then we need to be behind this. Here, hook one of these, this lock pin for the button. Take out a piece of thread and stick it on the back.
Then the needle is also reduced from this when hooking here. Hook. And a line here.
Needle. Winding hook out. After the hook, we crochet the needle here and hook 9 stitches. And then rewind it. Recruit. Pull and connect together from the same hole. After hooking, fix the threads at both ends with pins. And then finally, snap it back on from this button. This is okay. This crocheting tutorial of the package ends here. If you are still unclear, just take a look at the playback